So, Mike's nipples are hard, and his belt here is separating his punch here. I told Mike I want to take out my orange bandana and tie it across his titties to make him look like a Ninja Turtle.
Hi guys, I'm not dead. So today I'm bringing you something that I've been planning with a buddy of mine for a while now. I'm driving halfway across the country from Ontario all the way out to Saskatchewan, and then the two of us are going camping in the backwoods for 4 nights, 5 days. So I have a 3-day, 3,000 kilometer drive ahead of me just to get to my buddy's place. Here we go. Alright, so I'm out here in
We're at Kingsmere Lake in Prince Albert National Park,
Saskatchewan.
Yes, we're in the great outdoors. We're in backcountry, which means there ain't going to be anybody around to bother us or help us out if we get stuck.
Yeah. So we're hiking to the very north end of the park. There's no one else registered to be back there except for us. So we got Matt loaded up with his kit, and me with the standard green kit that you've seen me tear down on my channel. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah. First amount of scat we found.
That is most definitely bear poop.
The bear shit in the woods?
It's a good thing I got my bear spray out.
Yeah.
But let's keep talking, because the noise will keep them away.
Yeah, spook 'em.
Duke, spook 'em. Feeling it yet?
Just in the
Just in my everywhere.
no, it's only really bad right here in the cross section.
Yeah, because you got like 60 pounds pulling down on that one spot.
Trail. That's the trail we're taking.
That's us?
Yeah. This is the split. It says 19.
A kilometer in, this hike is kicking my ass. My lung damage is catching up with me. I have been going to the gym. Buddy's already a bit ahead of me. When I was younger, I had bad pneumonia, which scarred my lungs, made breathing much more difficult than it needs to be. Oh. Delicious and swampy. I'll watch my footing. Oh.
So we're getting eaten alive by mosquitoes, and there's ducks out there fucking around. I'm just checking the map here, because Mike and I are dying, and we want to know how far it is to West Wind, which is our first stop. And Mike, I hate to fucking say it, but I think that road was the trail we were supposed to take.
Yeah?
I think so. I mean, I'm willing to push forward. Just get moving up a little bit. It's supposed to be direct. Boom, boom, boom.
Real. So we're a part of the way there. Now that it's off of my back and it's just my lungs I gotta worry about, I can deal.
So, you see that dip way over there?
Where am I looking here?
So you see that bend?
Yeah.
Go beyond that bend. And right where those green trees are, those really green ones, that's right around where we're going.
Right on.
Right on, right on, right on.
It's kind of raining right now, but I'm quite enjoying it, frankly.
Yeah, you're gonna gripe about no rain.
We weren't even feeling it in there with the trees. Man, Saskatchewan is fucking stellar, man.
So, we have a couple options here. We can walk the beach.
I advise against it. The sand will kill you faster than you might think in terms of trying to walk.
Well, not more than the fucking roots.
If I had to pick, I'd pick the roots.
Let's see, we get to see the nice open vista. Get to see the size of Kingsmere Lake, which is a beaut. Water's nice and clear.
Ish.
Yeah, clear as a lake can be. We are approximately 20% there.
Yay.
Only 80 more to go.
And it's starting to rain harder.
Let's get on it.
By the time I get back, I'm going to be like 20 pounds lighter. Now that I'm a little warmed up, I'm finding the actual walking parts a little easier. A little bit. Already found 3 separate places in the first 300 meters or so. That bear shit. So, yeah, bears are quite active around here. Even the park rangers warned us. So I got my bear spray in my pocket just in case. I have easy access to it. What's that? Alright, explain that again.
Okay, alright. So, Mike's nipples are hard. And his belt here is separating his punch here. I told Mike I want to take out my orange bandana and tie it across his titties to make him look like a Ninja Turtle.
I mean, my name's already Michael. I just gotta add the Angelo at the end.
Oh god, that's perfect.
We heard something big rustling around in the forest next to us, so we're talking super loud to keep the bears away.
No bear. No.
I got the bear spray out. Don't feel like getting mauled by a bear in a province I don't even live in. Can't say it's ever.
I'll drag you to safety. We'll float you across the water. So, big old trail find. Found a skull on the rock. Oh, I lost my axe cover. Well, it's fucking gone.
It's okay, I got some duct tape if you want to make one.
I'll just have to be careful with the blade out.
Oh, what do you think that is?
I have no idea. It's got weird teeth.
So we've come across our 5th bear poop, which is kind of scary as someone who's never really dealt with bears all that much. Yeah? Okay, so if you look at the map here, we are somewhere between Westwind and Shipwyan Portage. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. Oh boy. I hear noises. I don't know what they are, but I hear them. Oh boy. Alright, so we are here with the Matt and the Mike. Stopped off at the first campsite, which appears to be occupied, but the owners are nowhere to be found. It is, however, on the trail. We need to take a break, get some food into us, and we'll be back on our merry way.
Replenish that sodium.
Alrighty. Here's his propane card. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot.
What the hell is that? Oh, marshmallows.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make up this Mr. Noodle.
Maybe I will too.
Make sure my match is full and I throw it in the bag so you don't waste anything. And I put corned beef in my Mr. Noodle.
Yeah?
Yeah, you want to put some corned beef in there?
Yeah, maybe a few chunks. Everyone remembers my green hiking kit.
And for the rules of the trail, we're going to pack out all of our garbage. And everything that we use here is going to go back into my MRE pack. So at the end of the trip, I've got 5 empty bags of just plastic packaging that we aren't leaving behind. Yep. So the next people out there can enjoy the site.
Yeah, the Crownland I went to, it's actually in my 24-hour Crownland camping video, if anyone was watching that. The campsite's there. Since it's Crownland, it's unmaintained. So many disgusting things there. I think you watched the video, so you've seen all the nastiness. Fucking beer bottles. Someone left a fishing rod, a dog walker. It looked like a dump site. Like cinder blocks. A boat. Like a fucking half dead boat was sitting there randomly.
I brought along the same cook kit.
For Stanley? Fine.
With my GSI Glacier in the bottom.
Eh?
With my GSI Glacier.
Yeah. Nice little setup, isn't it? Alright, so I got my little MSR pocket stove. My first time using it. Yeah, look, it's not use. I only recently bought it, right? I haven't been out since I bought it. Cap. So how does this work? It just screws on?
Yeah. Just like the propane adapter. When you get close to the bottom, you're going to want to do it quick because there's going to be discharge jet right at the top of your stove.
Oh, it's not doing all of it. Well, I'll just turn off.
No, you're dripping. Turn your nozzle off.
There we go. Still coming out a little bit.
Yeah. You're gonna, oh my god. There.
That's quite a bit of gas. Thankfully, I have an extra. Okay. There it goes. Doesn't look it, but there's a flame there. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Like I said, I brought plenty of matches. So, Mike, why don't you tell your viewers where you got your stove? How much it cost you?
Well, I got this bad boy at sale, and I don't remember how much it was. I think it was like 17 bucks, something like that.
You got a great deal on yours. I got mine from Canadian Tire. It cost me 20 bucks. But I like the larger distribution of flames.
Oh, it's a tight fit on there.
Yeah. This is why I said I want to pick with kids.
Alright, so that's going. Crush this up because it won't fit in there if I don't do that.
Yep.
Boink. Boink. Boink, boink, boink. Boink, boink, boink.
What flavor you got there, Mike?
Spicy chicken.
Spicy chicken, alright. All of my Mr. Noodles are heat. Yeah, I've opted for simplicity. I mean, it sounds funny because of my pack, but I've opted for simplicity in my gear.
Yeah, it's been a rough trek so far. Once I managed to get the clips attached around my chest and my stomach, it looks retarded around my gut, but
once you were able to Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. Turtle mode. So yeah, we thought we had already passed the first campsite, but we're actually only now at the first campsite. So we're 20% of the way to where we need to be, maybe even a little bit less.
But good news, we're having lunch.
Yeah, good news is we're having lunch.
Always focus on the positive. Go. Ah. Sawyer Mini. For those of you who don't know, I'm sure you do, the Sawyer Minis actually fit onto any standard water bottle, which turns any regular plastic bottle, like the Smart Water bottle here, into 1 liter of purified water. All you gotta do, fill it up from your water source, questionable or not, and strap it at the top, suck it right through, and it'll take out, and it'll boil over.
Not used to how fast it boils. Mine's probably going to take a minute.
That was a bit warm. Alright, let's cut you down a little.
Oh, it's heating up already.
Oh no, it's a cut down. There we go.
Give it a bit more gas.
Alright, so I'm going to let mine soak now. The heat's there, to got a rolling boil on it, so it'll cook the rest of the food. It'll cook the food the rest of the way. I have a bit of a mess to clean up here, Mike.
Me too, buddy. Me too.
But luckily I come prepared. And we are going to use. Not going to use the schmog. We're actually going to use this guy.
Oh, you're talking about the boiled over noodles.
Yeah.
I thought you were just talking about all this stuff.
Nope.
We've skewered everywhere.
We're going to use our signaling bandana from ETS. Now for what I was actually going for.
Nice. Nice and brand new.
Yeah, I haven't broken her in yet. The only thing I've done to this thing
Is replace the lid. Yeah. Yeah, I keep needing to do that to mine. But it's a nice little setup, eh? And your GSI thing actually is a lot bigger than the one I have in there.
I'm a creature of comfort. So I've actually packed some mixed spices. This is garlic, green onion, red onion, chive, and black pepper. I'm just going to put a pinch or 2 into the Mr. Noodles. It is just after 3 o'clock.
And we're 20% of the way to our site. Yeah, getting some food and get us some energy to hit the trail and get going again. There's a massive pile of firewood there, eh?
Yeah, we're going to have the same thing at our site. It's all free. Free firewood. Yeah, well, it saves... This is all wood that's fallen over the trail, and they've had to come out and clean up. They put a lot of money into actually keeping these pretty well maintained.
All right, well, we're gonna finish eating. GoPro battery's getting low, so I probably won't update until something significant happens. An update for the YouTubes. We're at a stream. According to the map, it's halfway between our first campsite and the next one, but there's no way that we've only traveled like 1.5 kilometers. It's closer to 3. It's gotta be. It must be missing something. Both of our feet are friggin' sore. We're both out of potable water, so we're both using our filter as it goes, water solutions. So that's straight from that little stream there. And you can see in there, it's got a little filter that filters it as you drink it. Matt's got the life, no, you don't have a lifestyle, you got a Sawyer Mini and the squeeze. Matt, tell the audience how you're feeling.
I want to take a nap. But not actually a regular nap, like a 10-year nap. I'm hopeful we'll make it there by 9 o'clock. And then we got headlamps to put our shit together in the dark, so...
I really don't think we're going to make it to the north end site, man.
Listen, Not with your pessimistic attitude.
I'm just being realistic.
We gotta give her.
So, Mr. Matt, explain to the audience what we just had to deal with.
The stream that we stopped at, as we were getting ready to get our stuff on and get moving, a black bear rolled up on us on the other end of the bridge. And Mike, in his quick thinking, fucking unsheathed the bear spray he had there and was ready to go to town. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? I didn't see the damn thing at first. And Mike, like, right across the fucking stream, there was a fucking black bear. And I was like, oh. And I look over and sure enough, big black fucking paws just sitting on the end of that bridge, just on the other side of foliage. So Michael and I just start hooting and hollering like a bunch of fucking idiots. Smashing my axe against the fucking wood bridge, like bop, 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 bop. Blowing whistles and fucking yelling and playing music as much as we could. And we're convinced that this black bear is just fucking sitting in the bush staring at us. Because we watched it walk off, didn't run, it walked off in the distance where we had to go. And there was this big black fucking thing in the foliage. So after about 15 minutes, and Mike threw a stick at the damn thing, trying to get it to run away, we started making our way across the bridge. And turns out it was a bush. The black bear had already fucking taken off running. So then we got to...
Why by these fucking skeeters, man, I tell you.
Then we got to here, the fucking portage, which is about halfway to where we're supposed to end up for the night. Sun's starting to set. We're not going to make it before dark. We're making an executive decision, and hopefully the park rangers can forgive us, to post up on a site that doesn't look like it has anybody in it. And then we're going to start fresh in the morning. Hooray. But yeah, it's been the last about hour or so for us.
I've never been more happy that I invested in fucking bear spray. It's the first time I've ever taken the trigger guard off of that. You know, I was primed and ready to go. And now I'm suffering the adrenaline crash and my whole body's like...
Yep. Let's just do normal.
Yeah. So it's the end of the first day and we didn't make it to our campsite. So we're camped out at the second one that we didn't actually sign up for, so hopefully no one shows up and kicks us out. Way too sore, way too tired to be able to make that trek to the next one. Yeah, so stored all our stuff away from camp in the bear cache. Hopefully the bears stay away. Hopefully I'm still alive in the morning. Morning. So it's about 5:35 in the morning. It's pretty damn cold, but we knew it was going to be in the single digits for the overnights and early mornings, so we were prepared. I got the puffer jacket and got my Klymit sleeping mat in there and all the fun stuff. But, oh man, first thing in the morning, trying to get out of that tent and get your boots back on, it's always the rough part. Oh, so, my buddy Matt's still sleeping, and I go collect some wood, get the fire started. Probably go up to the bear cache and get our shit down. I'll take you along for the ride so you can see what they have set up for that sort of thing. I'm going to get my other boot on and start generating some body heat. Oh, well, I certainly feel much better now I got my boots on and they're warmed up. Got my puffer jacket on, got my hat on, and I got my gloves on. Talking to the camera in case there's any bears that hear my voice. Fuck off out of my way. I didn't see any signs of bear activity in our base camp overnight, which is good. Bears are only scary if you frighten them or you threaten them. If you stay out of their way, most of the time black bears will stay out of your way. Okay, coming up on the bear cache. to trip over all these damn roots. And coming up on the wood pile and the bear cache. Coming up on the bear cache. Alright, I don't see any bears. First thing in the morning, so everything's really friggin' damp. Oh, we still have a fucking burning coal right there. She's going.
Well, good morning, YouTube. We're enjoying a late breakfast and an early lunch. We're feeling much better than yesterday, but we've also decided we're probably just going to stay here for the whole trip.
Unless we get kicked out.
Yeah, unless we get kicked out. Nice and close to a water source. We got a lake about 300 feet that way, so last night was good. Slept quite well. There was a nasty little breeze that came up from the lake there, straight up the path and right into our tents. So, but with our mats and our sleeping bags, we slept quite well. I think. Mike got up at the ass crack of dawn here at 5 o'clock this morning.
5:30.
And I opted to stay in bed until almost 8 o'clock. And we got bug water. It's the best kind of water, I think.
Yeah, that's what's floating in the top there, little, tiny little bugs.
And Christ for my Sawyer filter.
So it's 9:46 a.m.
Yeah.
It is about approximately 13-14 degrees Celsius outside. Sun's beating down, so that's warming us up. And then we've got a breeze coming in off the lake, which is cooling us down. And because I went through such a strenuous hike yesterday, I'm doing absolutely fuck all today beyond necessary camp duties. So I am splayed out on the ground here. And if I fall asleep, I fall asleep. Who gives a shit? Look how big these trees are. It's a very windy day today. Probably like 1:30, maybe 2 o'clock. It's interesting. Eyes off right now. Lying on the ground there. Took a nap for like probably 3.5, almost 4 hours. I was that exhausted from my hike yesterday. My body's starting to get angry. Tell me, YouTube, what are these little guys here? I thought they were mosquitoes at first. Now I think they're tiny little black flies. Or, sorry, not black flies, dragonflies. I don't think they're mosquitoes. Make sure everything that's loose is anchored down because it's gonna blow away. It's sunny right now, but across the lake where the wind's coming from, I see some clouds. The reason I think those are baby dragonflies is because there's a lot of dragonflies around here, like a lot, which I'm happy about. It means all the mosquitoes buzz off and go away. And I'm used to the dragonflies out in Ontario. The ones over here in Saskatchewan, they're big, beefy, and black. Big, beefy black dragonflies. Whereas the ones in Ontario usually have some sort of fluorescence to them, like green or blue. Oh. So far, not to jinx it, no one's come to Klymit camp yet. Because 17 kilometers just to get to the campsite is a bit too much. It was actually closer to 20, judging by the distance covered plus how long it says on the maps. The one we're at now is about 5 or 6 kilometers in by hiking. The trails are well worn, but there's no way you're getting a vehicle in up this way at all. Well, and I sit here and continue to be a lazy fucker for the rest of the day. Look at that view, man. It's awesome. It is very windy today, so sorry if there's a lot of wind noise. Well, the nasties I just got in my water from the lake. Those are bugs. Dead bugs. Bottoms up.
Get the fuck out of here. There's like a zillion little baby dragonflies at our campsite, and they insist on suiciding into our drinks.
protein for the meal. Tuna fettuccine alfredo. Tastes better than it sounds.
But almost half cooked.
Alright, bon appetit.
I mean, bone in tip.
Bon appetit.
Bone smack the teeth.
End of the second day. Feel mostly recuperated after our crazy trek-in yesterday. It's the end of the day, it's almost 9 o'clock, if not just past 9. I'm chilling in my sleeping bag and on my Klymit sleeping mat, which is working pretty well. It keeps me off the ground. Last night it got fairly cold, dropped to the single digits, and it kept me nice and toasty on the underside. No digs. So Matt,
Yeah,
any closing thoughts for the day?
parts are funny. No, good day. Lazing about. Tomorrow we should go sunbathe at the beach. That's it.
Drag some of the stumps down there and sit and relax. Hope the bugs aren't out and about. So yeah, for those of you that remember, this is my battle box one-man tent. First time I used it, I was feeling kind of claustrophobic, but now that I've spent some time in it, I'm starting to get used to it. Just have to be very particular in how I maneuver in here. As you can see, it is very tight, but it means the tent packs down small and light, which after yesterday is even more important. See you in the morning. So I've definitely learned I don't think I need a metal water bottle for my kit, because I have my little bee-free water bag here. And this is what I was showing you before. So my soupy mess, you see all those bugs in there? It's fucking gross. And then there's a filter, kind of like a Life Straw or the Sawyer water filter. And as you squeeze the water through, it filters it out into clean drinking water. So because I have that, and as a backup I have pots to boil water, as well as my schmog to filter the water through, really don't think I need a metal water bottle. I might cut out water bottles completely, unless I know where I'm going. I will need to be able to carry some water with me, either because I'm camping at a location that does not have immediate access to water, or long durations of hiking without immediate access to water. But even then, I don't need the metal water bottle. I can get away with I've got like a 1.5 liter red water bottle that I use for the gym, that can also be used for my bug out bag. And then some Gatorade bottles work just as well. So yeah, it was a rough trek in, but it's educational. Taught me a few things. Definitely bit off more than we can chew, expecting to be able to trek 17 kilometers. But we learned, and that's the important thing. Never regret making mistakes. Regret not learning from them. fire's dying down, but man, that was a rough fire to get going this morning. Look at all that nastiness in there. Look at the color of the water. Bottoms up. Thankfully there's no funky taste, it just tastes like filtered water. There's a slight chemically taste from the filter, but that's about it. So for breakfast today, I have apples and cinnamon, instant oatmeal, and some cream of potato soup. In a large saucepan, whisk soup mix with 3.5 cups cold water and a half cup of milk. Bring to a boil over moderately high heat, whisk it constantly, lower the heat, partially cover, and simmer gently for 10 minutes. Makes 4 servings. 4 servings? No, you sweet innocent child. No, it does not. Pot one more wipe down. One thing I've adapted to when camping is that when it comes to clean, it's more like clean-ish. I don't know if you can see that, but it's somewhat grimy in there. Most of it's just charred remains of previous food I've cooked. What do I need? I need 125 milliliters of water. So it'll be about a little over halfway on the marker on there. Move my back a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Use my trusty schmag. And I need my water. Ow. That should be about enough. For that to filter on in. And like it's actually a little bit too much. I'm gonna dump a tiny bit of it. I'm not too worried about water because this is nasty lake water and there's an entire lake of it right there. It's in pretty gnarly condition this morning because it rained last night. Okay, so we're filtered. I'm gonna dunk just the tiniest bit of it. I'm gonna boil it. Alright, we are all boiled up. GoPro charging cable in the way. I'll just go like this and like that. And the garbage pile. Deal with that later. to knock everything around. Should have some milk. I have some powdered milk. I'll put a tiny bit of powdered milk in there. Let that sit for a few so it can sit. Alright, it's been sitting for a few minutes. A little soupy, but whatever. Not the biggest fan of oatmeal, but it is a good thing to have for breakfast. Very warm. Too far. You know you're good when you can chop it into 3 pieces at once. So yeah, was discussing with Matt there. Potentially may wind up cutting the trip short and heading out in the AM. Make that call this evening. I'm gonna cut up some wood. Yeah, I don't know if you can see through the mesh there. You can see all the bites on.
Yep, sure can.
Yeah, it's little mite bites. Mite bites. And there she goes. Oh boy, here she comes.
She's a man-eater. Almost looks like a rifle stock, eh?
Kinda.
Come on, say it.
What?
Open your mouth. Now
Uh-oh.
say fluffy bunny.
Man, whoever ate me yesterday got me good. And some other arm too. Alright, so the people who actually wanted this campsite are here. So we got to mosey along and find somewhere else to camp. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to start taking the beach back towards the way we came. So we figure it's got to be an easier trek than the actual trail.
That's what I reckon.
I think the sand will kill us a little more than you're probably imagining, but I don't know. I'd say it's a 50-50 toss-up.
Well, I'm just saying that we're gonna get killed either way. Might as well get killed without doing the ups and the downs. At least the beach is coastal. They got a straight line. The other way we were fucking looping all up and weaving all through Hell's High Acres. I figure this will at least opt us out of that.
Alright, so we've started our trek back, taking the beach this time. So I know we have at least a few access points to get back up onto the trail if need be. The last of which I believe is the West Wind campsite. So the idea is we're going to post up somewhere along this shoreline for the night and finish our trek back in the morning. Pack it in a day early, which I'm not ashamed of. We got out here for 3 nights. I regret this decision. Alright, so I don't know how much we actually made it on the last clip because the SD card cut off, but we are at the West Wind campsite. We trekked all the way back alongside the beach and wound up at the West Wind campsite. Made lunch. There's no one camped out here right now like there was on the way in, so we made the executive decision to wait until 8 o'clock p.m. and if no one shows up to claim the campsite, we're going to stay here overnight and then boogie on to the car first thing in the morning and make the trip back to my buddy Matt's place.
No.
No?
To go to Walmart, then Greasy Spoon, then my place.
Alright, Walmart, then a Greasy Spoon breakfast joint, and then his place.
And they better serve whiskey and eggs.
Whiskey and eggs. This guy. So, unfortunately, a whole gaggle of people showed up at the campsite we were looking at staying at no less than 2 hours before our self-imposed deadline. So, I guess we're cutting this trip extra short. We're hiking back to the car, which is another 3.3 kilometers, which we should be able to do before we lose our light. Then we're going to sleep in the car and drive back in the morning. We made it back to the trailhead where we parked. Oh, I'm tired and thirsty. I gotta get some water into me. But we made it. Now we just gotta crash here for the night and then head back in the morning. Thanks for watching.